Hi guys, so good afternoon. Welcome back to my magical world. I am Frostbite and we're going to continue. Ganun talaga guys. Pinagpapatuloy natin ang buhay kahit hindi ganun kadali. So, we're just going to proceed. We're on to page 141 and 142 of the book flow. I am trying to film in a landscape way. Ayusin daw to ng friend ko. I don't know if maayos niya. So, let's just try this set up. Okay, so don't worry about it. Focus na lang kayo. Kasi nahihilo ko tumingin sa camera eh. Kasi nasa baba na siyang part. So, parang nakakaduling siya. I don't know. Dito ko kayo dapat tingnan. So, dito na lang ata ako magpo-focus. Kasi ko, dapat sa gitna kasi. Well, anyways, let's proceed. Unfortunately, the ways of politics and the ways of corn are not always the same. Unlike Senko's efforts culminated in decades of hunger. The bad connotations that the terms amateur and dilettante have earned for themselves over the years are due largely to the blurring of the distinction between intrinsic and extrinsic goals. An amateur who pretends to know as much as a professional is probably wrong. And up to some mischief, the point of becoming an amateur scientist is not to compete with professionals on their own turf, but to use a symbolic discipline to extend mental skills and to create order in consciousness. So, I hope, I'm sure if you don't know yet, it's not really a competition. When you are inventing something, trying to make something make sense, diba? It's like that. It's not really a competition. It's more of like proving something on yourself. Like maybe that's a theory or like your expectation on certain things. Ganon guys. So, messy ng hair ko. Basta. So, yun. Continue. On that level, amateur scholarship can hold its own and can be even more effective than its professional counterpart. But the moment that amateurs lose sight of this goal and use knowledge mainly to bolster their egos or to achieve a material advantage, then they become caricatures of the scholar. Without training in the discipline of skepticism and reciprocal criticism that underlies the scientific method, laypersons who venture into the fields of knowledge with prejudice goals can become more ruthless, more egregiously unconcerned with truth than even the most corrupt scholar. Okay? So the challenge of lifelong learning, the aim of this chapter has been to review the ways in which mental activity can produce enjoyment. We have seen that the mind offers at least as many and as intense opportunities for actions as does the body. Just as the use of the limbs and of the senses is available to everyone without regard of sex, race, education, or social class, so to the uses of memory or of language or logic of the rules of causation are also accessible to anyone who desires to take control of the mind. Many people give up on learning after they leave school because 13 or 20 years of extrinsically motivated education is still a source of unpleasant memories. Their attention has been manipulated long enough from the outside by textbook and teachers, and they have counted graduation as the first day of freedom. Ayan. So, breathe in. Yan. Hydrate yourself muna. Get some, ang tawag dito? Electrolytes for your body. Yan. So, but a person who forgoes the use of his symbolic skills is never really free. His thinking will be directed by the opinions of his neighbors, by editorials in the papers and the appeals of television. He will be at mercy of experts. Ideally, the end of intrinsically applied educated should be start of an education that is motivated intrinsically. Intrinsically, at that point, the goal of studying is no longer to make grade, earn a diploma, and find a good job. Rather, it is to understand what is happening around one, to develop personally meaningful sense of what one's experience is all about. From what will come the profound joy of the thinker Continue, guys. So from that will come the profound joy of the thinker, like that experienced by the disciples of Socrates, that Plato describes in Philebus. The young man who was drunk for the first time from the spring is as happy as if he had found a treasure of wisdom. He is positively enraptured. He will pick up any discourse, draw all its ideas together to make them into one, then take them apart and pull them to pieces. He will puzzle first himself, then also others badger whoever comes near him, young and old, sparing not even his parents nor anyone who is willing to listen. That quotation is about 24 centuries old, but a contemporary observer could not describe more vividly what happens when a person first discovers the flow of the mind. Okay, so we're actually done, guys, with the entire chapter. So ngayon ko lang to napansin. Tomorrow is a new day, new chapter, new life. Yan. So, when you really think about it, na, ang hirap talaga magsimula. Like, that's one of the hardest thing when you are like, when you are wanting to like transfer from different industry, diba? From where you used to be, diba? It's not really an easy thing, but sometimes you really have to do that for growth, passion, dedication, and all of those shit, guys, right? So, basta make sure, guys, that whatever path you take responsibility of it, and make sure that you are happy. And that's, at the end of the day, your happiness is the most important thing, okay? Happiness with discipline, di ba? Huwag naman yung happiness na pupunta ka sa ganitong bagay na makaka-distract ka ng other relationship. Not like that kind, okay? So, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. Okay, so may time tayo ngayon ng a little bit. Nasa stock room tayo. I like it here because it's peaceful. I like it here when there's no one here. Okay, kasi I get to focus on you completely and on my channel. And wala kasing maingay. So, kasi I'm usually surrounded by many people. So, ayan na guys. I will see you again tomorrow. So, sana maayos yung pagka-edit nito, na. Bye! Take care and always be safe. You know,